Oh man, so altcoins show signs that they want to explode as Ethereum moves another 5% here today. Ethereum breaking out beautifully after the Shanghai upgrade, exactly as we expected on this channel. We spoke about this on this channel. I said I do not think this will lead to a downside on Ethereum, and that in fact I thought there would be a lot of upside to come from the Shanghai upgrade. In fact, let's take a look at this chart where I showed you guys here's where we are. We shared this on the video. In fact, here's the video right here, and we can even play some clips for you guys to show you what I said in conclusion. We believe that that could easily be absorbed by the market as daily trading volumes for ETH average 8.2 billion over the last 30 days. Okay, so basically what they're saying is, look, if it's 100 million a day, we should be able to absorb that for 5 to 7 days roughly. It shouldn't be too much of a concern. Now, of course, it's going to depend on how the market's feeling at the time. If the market's feeling euphoric, if Bitcoin's doing well, if traditional markets are doing well at the time and risk is on, it's going to absorb it comfortably. In short, once withdrawals are enabled, we would expect to see a net increase in Ethereum stake. So I think everybody's pretty much saying that, look, over time, there's no way we're going to get less than 14% stake. Overall, we think ETH performance around the Shanghai fork will be less strictly dependent on technicals and more contingent on what risk does at the time. If the macro environment worsens and equity markets are selling off in March, people may decide to unstake and sell ETH to just de-risk. Conversely, if risk sentiment is positive, we would expect demand to be more than sufficient to counterweight ETH being unlocked on the open market. But the longer trend will be that more people will be looking to stake on Ethereum. Ultimately, by not having this infinite time that you're going to have to be locked into without knowing when the Shanghai upgrade is going to happen, more people will be likely to stake, more people will be chasing yield, and I think that's going to offset unstaking that's going to be happening and the selling. So as you can see, Ethereum is really benefiting post the Shanghai upgrade as people start to see that they've got the flexibility to stake and unstake at will, and you're seeing liquid staking protocols such as Lido benefiting from that. If you look at the Ethereum price now, it is hugely up here since the period in mid-March where we bounced from this 14-15 level. If you were lucky enough to DCA in here and you've been following this channel, you're up 50% on a very mature, what I call eating your veg, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I've spoken about this plenty of times on the channel. You guys can't say I haven't. For all the fun we have with altcoins, I always say eat your veg. And hopefully this is a lesson for you guys of how the crypto market operates. It happens all the time this way. Bitcoin will move, Ethereum will have its moments, and now could we be at the early innings of an altcoin season? That's what we want to analyze now. So you can see Ethereum, of course, working towards its price target from this ascending broadening wedge which we've been monitoring. Remember, Bitcoin was forming a similar pattern. They're both forming similar patterns, of course, with their own nuances. The price target for this move is roughly 2200. Can it work its way there? It may need to cool off a little bit, okay? If you're looking at ETH here, it may need to go into a little bit of a trend here before then trying to work its way back up. It seems like it's a little bit too far away to want another retest of the ascending wedge, which is good. So what you want to see here probably on the daily chart is if we bring out the EMA ribbon, is it going to want to come all the way down to the neckline to test? Again, if it wanted to, it's not the end of the world, but it just seems like this move is so extended right now that most likely it'll want to consolidate somewhere in between and then try to work its way towards that 2200 level flat. Other patterns we could look at, of course, we've seen this chart here. Let's take a look at the head and shoulders pattern as well. We were monitoring this head and shoulders pattern. If you take the measured move on this head and shoulders pattern, that actually brings you up to 2300 range. Again, it's working its way towards that. It took a long time to break out from the head and shoulders pattern, but now it's working its way here towards that price target. Very important that on the daily chart, you can note where the EMA ribbon is. Do not chase green candles. If you're looking for a position on ETH, you do not want to be chasing it. Just like people get wrecked, they're getting wrecked by doing this kind of stuff. They get excited in the news and they start chasing at the very tips of a move, right? If you look at the RSI, it's topping out here at the top. So again, just be careful. If you want to buy, wait for strategic pullbacks. Where are you going to buy? Set those limits. Is it 1870? Is it 1870 here at the EMA ribbon? Is it deeper into the EMA ribbon at 1800 flat? If we get there, you've got to set those limits and wait for pullbacks. Chasing these candles aren't going to help you, because as soon as you get a little bit of a cooling off, if this happens and RSI wants to reset to the downside here, you're going to panic and you're going to be in heavy losses. So wait for pullbacks. Buy in positions of strength here on these coins. Never chase. If you didn't catch the move, it's okay. There's always another move. Be very, very patient. Now, let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. If you've made it this far into the video and you someday want to be able to read the markets, do technical analysis, trade as we are doing on this channel, then perhaps you may want to check out my free technical analysis from scratch course over on Skillshare. For those who aren't familiar, Skillshare is an online education platform. You sign up for a nominal amount each month and you get access to a wide variety of different courses. I personally use it to learn all sorts of things, from video editing to financial to using Excel and various other bits and pieces that you may want to learn. It's far better than YouTube on those elements, because on YouTube everything is about retention, whereas with a course you can put things in a structured curriculum, and that is exactly what I've done with my TA course. It's completely free for the first 30 days if you click the link in the description, ijaz.uk/TA, to take advantage of the TA course. Let me know what you think about it, and let's get back into this video. So this is what I wanted to bring your attention to, because we've been monitoring this for a while. In fact, if you haven't seen my Twitter, I had a really popular thread on altcoin season and how to identify when altcoin season is here. So make sure you go read this, and we're starting to see some of the signs emerge. And what is the first thing we're seeing here, guys? We're at a critical level. Let me just pop this EMA ribbon away. And I'm sitting here on the daily chart on Bitcoin dominance. And we know from basics that 48% mark is a very strong line of resistance on the dominance. Okay, Bitcoin rarely goes beyond here in the recent past here. And if it would suggest another big move for Bitcoin. But what are we seeing here? We had a little bit of a fake out past 48%. And now 3 days of strong movement to the downside. Now we're at a crunch point. If this action on dominance enters back into this pattern down to the downside, this could suggest that altcoins are ready. It could suggest that Ethereum and all the other layer 1 solutions and other exciting projects thereafter could be set to see some liquidity flow into them. Now again, what's that normal flow of money? Well, once you go from Bitcoin, the money flows into Ethereum. Once it flows into Ethereum, of course, you start to see dominance soften. But where dominance softens even more back down and gets rejected is if you start to see this money now rotate into BNB, into Avalanche, into Phantom, into Near Protocol, into Polygon, into Optimism, into Arbitrum, into all these other projects now that we've got here that are solid layer 1, layer 2 solutions with decent market cap projects. They're not going to suddenly go into NFTs and gamings and small market cap projects. No, it will go into the next tranche of the top 25, 30 projects in the crypto space. So that's what you want to be looking for. And if it does, we need to be monitoring this chart. Now, there's one big warning here. And that is, we could still be playing out this scenario, which my line shows you from previous videos. This could simply be a retest of the 48% level mark. So do not get caught out here by just a little move up here, boom, and off it wants to go again, okay? Now, of course, this softening could just be because of Ethereum. And that's what we haven't proven yet. We haven't proven that the other coins want to run powerfully just yet. So we need to keep an eye on that. The other thing you want to look at is something called Total 2. Now, this is the total market cap of all crypto projects, excluding Bitcoin. So basically, think of it like altcoins, right? If you're looking at the altcoin market cap, and we zoom out here to the weekly, you are starting to see a major move. And you've seen that this has now picked up 8%, as more money has flown into altcoins in this past week. And we've still got 2 days of this week left. So this is an insanely powerful candle here and showing that this trend wants to break out now. I mean, if you wanted to draw a crude trend across here, it kind of wants to get out of this pattern now. It wants to get out of this range, just like the price action of crypto and altcoins are trying to do, right? Just like we were monitoring that head and shoulders pattern on Ethereum, it wants to get out of here and it wants to work its way upwards. Similarly, altcoins are showing that it wants to do the same. Of course, for any altcoins to continue to do well, we still need the ship Bitcoin to continue to sail, right? To continue to do well. And if you come here onto the hourly chart, you're seeing Bitcoin show good strength here again. Remember, yesterday it was consolidating on the hourly chart in this flag. We set the price target of this flag in the region to get us up to here at about 32.5k range. And you can see now it's broken out from the flag. It's moving quite nicely here at 30,800. Again, we need more momentum to push this upward. Do not be surprised to see if it wants to come back down to retest the top of here, which is at 30,500. That's perfectly normal, okay? If it wants to come do this and then work its way, that's something we can monitor as well. Also, on the hourly chart, let's bring out the EMA ribbon. Always good to look at where we are at relative to the EMA ribbon. And we're in a nice upward trend here on the hourly. Nothing to worry about. Again, could have a little bit of a cooling off for, $200, $300, $400 here on Bitcoin over the hourly chart. That's okay. On the 4 hourly chart, this is when you start to see that we do have a little bit of room to pull back. And that is why this 30k level is going to be important, because we had our big move here and we consolidated sideways again. It's showing the strength of Bitcoin. It's crazy. Like normally, if you've had a big move, this is very important. If you have a big move, a good reaction on this pullback is to come and touch your EMA ribbon about here and then have your next move up. Come touch your EMA ribbon, have your next move up. But look at the relative strength of Bitcoin. People just want to be in this market, and that is why you're seeing this move here and then another move up. So again, are we going to get another corrective wave into the EMA ribbon, something like so? Does it get you to 30,400? Does it get you close to even 30,000 for a bit of a deeper correction? And then I'll be looking for the next leg up. It's not that we're just going to suddenly go all the way up to 32.4. No, things don't work like that. Okay, so overall, things are looking really exciting in this market. Let's take a quick look here before we wrap up here on the dollar index. I do want to share this dollar index chart with you. Continues to remain in a nice downward trend here, which I just need to extend a little bit so you guys can see. But overall, this is good. Dollar index coming to the downside. Inflation over the last 2 days, we've seen with the CPI and the PPI readings that it's starting to trend in the right direction, which is really, really positive. How long can the Fed continue to increase rates for? Not long. Maybe one more rate hike in May, and they're going to have to go away. And that rhymes beautifully for crypto and the markets. Guys, let me know, what are you doing in this market? The one thing I do want to stress for all of you guys is do not FOMO. If you didn't enter the market, you need to wait for strategic pullbacks. You'll do nothing chasing Ethereum on a 5% day or chasing Bitcoin on a 5% day. Be smart, have a plan, set those plans, and wait for them to execute. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash up likes. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, check out the links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.